welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us for a Monday night. Hope you've had a great weekend, and congratulations to all the winners from round 11, and for the losers, you've got an extra week to think about it.
Well, that's right. So a week off this weekend.
Yes.
Certainly well deserved for some teams out there who are flying at the moment. Probably don't want the week off, actually.
What's the go with Craig Freeman? He's pulled a sickie today. Not on the show tonight, he's pulled a sickie.
It's interesting. I thought he may have pulled the sickie on the Friday.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
A really, really long weekend.
Not an intelligent fellow,
No,
is he?
low
eh?
IQ, isn't it?
No, that's right. If you're ever going to pull a sickie, do it on a Friday before a long weekend and holiday Monday.
That's
so
right.
we need to teach him a few things. Let's have a look at Youth League 2 Women. There's the results from the weekend up on screen. Casey Cavs continue to lead the way, Steve-O. They are 11 and zip.
Yeah, correct. Got a solid road victory over Blackburn as well on the weekend. Peter Rhodes, 22 points. Lauren Tuplin continues her fine form. 21 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists and 5 steals.
Packy got Whittlesey by heaps. Cootsey, very good, 20 points, led the way. Samantha Neal. Now, I think Sammy Neal might have made the blue carpet.
Yes, in some form.
Just a nice all-round line. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists and 7 steals. I can tell you now, as a coach, you love to see stat lines like that.
Yeah, love the hustle there. Had a few contributors, did the Warriors. Sarah Thompson as well, efficient from the field, 18 points, 9 of 11 from the field.
What did Windy do?
Well, Hayley Wind had 18 points and 8 rebounds, couple of steals, couple of blocks in the Pacers' loss.
Nice. Werribee get Mornington on the road by 5. 17-7 fourth term wrapped it up for the She-Devs.
That's right. The Devils definitely needed the win, and they did so with a big last quarter. Lauren Jones leading the way with a double-double there.
Southern Penn go to 8-3 with a win at Sherby. Abby Toohey had 17 points in that one for the Gummies. You mentioned Casey, and of course Western Port got the win at Frankston. Nice little win. Western Port moved to 6th. So it was an important one to get a team above them. They're 5 and 6 now. Frankston just above them at 6 and 5. Western Port by 7 on the road. Georgia Howes, how did she do it? She had 15 points and 10 rebounds.
But as you mentioned, critical win for that the Steelers team. If I recall, top 5 as well. So getting real tight in that 4 to 7 region.
Maybe a head-to-head there. Youth League 2 men. There's the results from round 11 up on screen. Take us through it, because there was plenty of big ones, as there always is in this competition.
Well, Aaron Frost had a night out on Saturday night. Chelsea did fall to Collingwood eventually by 10 points, but 29 points, 16 rebounds and 4 assists to Frosty Jr.
He was hot.
And Athian Manuel had a double-double. Dean Dutt had 20 points and Collingwood got over the line.
Pakenham got Melton by 5. Big game. Ned Wiedemann, 26 in that one. Belton had a belter with 20 points. Brody Collins, 21 for Melton. That's a nice win for Packy on the road. Packy, by the way, moved to 9 and 6 at the moment. Melton above them, 11 and 4, so it was an important one.
Yeah, certainly. And for Melton, obviously a couple of their key guys didn't step up in that big game. Broden Collins, as you mentioned, led the way.
Lockie Bazik continued to do what he does for Mornington, but they went down. Mornington 8-6 at the moment. Frankston continue to get on a bit of a roll. They've won 8 straight. They've moved to 2nd now, 12 and 3. Luke de Elkhorn had 26 and 7. Bazik had 30 for Mornington.
Good weekend for Delcorn. He backed that up on Sunday as well, I believe.
He did. More on that in a moment. Whittlesey got over the top of Pakenham. So Pakenham split the weekend. Whittlesey at home, Shakir Larchin had 15 points in that one. Belton 25 for Pakenham. Maccabi got Latrobe City. Dan Sharmas, I know you were big on him. He had 19 in that one. They got up by plenty, 31 points.
Yeah, and Lewis D'Angelo led the way, as he has been doing for the Energy. 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I did see him up in the senior team this weekend.
Starting. The Warriors are right in that battle pack at the moment. They sit 7th, 7 and 7. So they've got to keep winning. Craigieburn over Wallen. Is there any chance the Eagles can ever score under 100?
Under 100? I was waiting for that. The answer is probably no, because Tyler Wing, triple-double, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 10 dimes. Jackson Wynn had 22 as well. Vitala was good for Wallen with 16.
I'll tell you what, the wingman had a trip dub. He was very, very good. Craigieburn, nearly 40-point winners there. Collingwood got Western Port, so a couple of wins for Collingwood on the weekend, which was nice. And Frankston again backing it up, defeating Keesey by plenty. I probably didn't think the margin would be as big as that. Keesey at the moment Where have they gone to?
8th, 7 and 8.
Yeah, okay, so they've got a little bit of work to do. But that, again, that battle pack in the middle, going into the break, very, very important at the moment.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Frankston flying 8 in a row.
Youth League 1 women, let's have a look at the results. There they are up on screen. It started with a Camberwell win against Chelsea.
Yeah, and Camberwell were impressed with that. Weren't so good on the Sunday, the Dragons, but Tiani Allingworth had 21 points and 5 rebounds on Saturday night. Courtney Bennett, the 15 for the Gulls.
Keilor got Corio on the road down there at the Chook Shed. Now, who called this on Friday? It wasn't Craig, was it?
May have been a little bit of a head bobble for myself.
Oh, right, for yourself.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Tegan Tatlock, 19 points. Ash Rosenfeld, 16, 9 and 7 assists.
How's Garthy?
Yeah, Zoe Garth going well, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 6 dimes.
Keilor
rolling.
6 in a row, 10 and 1, top of the table right now. Up and about, aren't they? Craigieburn got Camberwell by plenty on the Sunday. Camberwell split the weekend. Craigieburn 3 and 7. Camberwell go to 7 and 6. I don't think I saw this one coming.
No, disappointing result, and the margin too. They've been smacked on the road. Casey Valenti Paia had 24 points, 11
Very
rebounds, and 8 steals.
It would have been a big weekend out there at Craigieburn.
Yes.
Wayne and the crew out there, Jess Wayne and the crew, up and about, raising money as they always do with their cancer round, and from all reports did an outstanding job once again. Fantastic club.
Teams did the job on the floor as well with that big
Well,
win.
with a big win like that, you'd be happy. You'd be spending extra, that's for sure. Sunbury get Geelong by 23, 29 to 8 first quarter. Wrap this one up. Angers from the Hangers, 16 and 12. The Colonel had 12. That's Sanders for Geelong, but all about Sunbury, all about Angers. You'd be happy with that.
Well, they responded, didn't
You'd be
they?
up and about after that.
Had a couple of losses over the last couple of weeks. They've responded back with a win.
You would have just been kicking back on the couch Sunday afternoon, wouldn't you? Just watching the Jets. McKinnon over Eltham by plenty on the Sunday. Chelsea Branston, 17-7, 6 assists, 3 steals. The Booth had 15 and 14. Kelly Champion had 13 and 15. They shared it round. That's a very big win for McKinnon. They jumped to 4th, 7 and 5.
Yeah, and just some troubling signs for Eltham, sitting at 2 and 10. They've lost 4 of their last 5. And I did see actually a couple of their youth kids step up to the seniors over the last weekend.
Let's go to Youth League 1 men. There's the results up on screen for you. Started with Werribee doing what Werribee does. Big game. It was a top 4 clash. Werribee on the road got Geelong by 14. Daniel Herbert, 24 points, 9 dimes in that one. Josiah King, 19 and 10 for Geelong. Looked like it was a good game.
Well, the Supercats are sitting in 4th, and they had 3 straight losses to the top 3. So that goes to show that the top 3 are a step above the rest of the competition.
Sunbury go to 15 and zip with a 17-point win at Camberwell. KC had 26. The Sunshine Band was around him. Nathan Marshall with 11 dimes. Nathan Baker, 16 and 13. They can't be stopped at the moment, the Jets.
Well, when you've got plenty of contributors around KC, as you mentioned,
Yes.
the Sunshine Band, they are incredibly hard to stop. For the Dragons, Charlie Fitzorus had 15, Mitch Pollard, near double-double, 13 points, 9 rebounds and 5 assists.
Warrandyte go to 7 and 8. Important win over Coburg. At Coburg, they got up by 7. The accountant, CPA, had 33 and 11. Dominated. He's having a marvellous season.
He is, and didn't the Venom need it from him in that game just to get over the line over the Giants?
Let's go to Ballarat and Crow. Big win up there at Ballarat. What was it? Nearly 30 points in the end. Anthony Kuehl had 24 in that one. Blythe and O'Leary both missing for Crow. Certainly helps when that's the case.
Yeah, correct. So good win by Ballarat. Aaron Ruiz had 13 points, 15 rebounds.
They go to 5 and 10. Ballarat City 9th. Crow Bay with that loss in 5th, 8 and 6. So it was a big win for Ballarat. Camberwell bounced back on Sunday. Got Hume by 12.
Yeah, that's right. Alex Milojevic, if I got that one right.
That'll do.
12 points, 5 rebounds for Hume, who were doing well over the last couple of weeks. Got that loss. Mitch Pollard, 18 points, 7 rebounds again for the Dragons.
How's Geelong bouncing back on Sunday?
Yeah, well, they needed it. Casey at home are a strong team. Geelong got them by 2 points. Josiah King, again, 23 points, 8 rebounds. Oyidi Amum, 25 points. Had the chance to win the game with a 3-pointer at the end too, at the horn. Didn't go in.
And Waverley continue their run.
Yeah, flying, aren't they, Falcons?
Yes. They've won 9 in a row now, Steve-O. They are up and about.
Andy Nola, 17 points. Boué Jock off the bench, 16 points, 8 rebounds.
Let's go to Molten VYC Women. There's all the results from round 11. What did you like?
Well, Sandringham had a big weekend, and for Nunawading, they fell short just in 2 big games, and that could, just shape up their conference. Sandringham.
Did I tip Sandy to win both?
I think you did.
Right, they're 13-2 at the moment, by the way. Don't get off the Orange Crush, mate. The Orange Crush are up and about.
Sabres 1 point winners on Saturday night at the Graveyard. Meg Rogauskas had 11.7 rebounds. Maddie McFarland 15. For the Sabres, Tessa Boyd had 12, as did Kalia Kaslam.
DV smash Hume. Hume 2 and 12. I think they might have bounced back on the Sunday. They did with a good win on the road, but they got belted on Saturday night to the tune of 41. Shana Ayres.
Good weekend.
Good young kid, had 21 for DV. Knox get Ballarat on the road. Leah Santamaggio 18, 6 and 6. Eliana Bravington 15 and 11. When those two play, the Raiders are almost unstoppable.
That's right. They're winning a lot more games than they're losing, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Ringwood got Dandenong by 10.
Yeah, good win. Charlotte Wilson double-double, 14 and 10. Flick Hilford had a good weekend for Dandenong. Continues to provide constant offense for them.
Waverley over Kilsyth by 6. Locke had 24 for Waverley. Grace Beasley had a massive weekend for Waverley. I think made the blue carpet. Did a fair bit.
Yeah, she did too. Grace Moxie had 18 and 11 and 4 for Kilsyth as well in that game.
Kilsyth and Hawthorn. Hawthorn get it by 13. Ballanivan Brown had 21 in that game. Hawthorn 7 and 8 at the moment. They're a fair way out of the top 4. It's a pretty interesting ladder in Terrell at the moment. They've won 2 of their last 3. They're just inconsistent though, the Magic.
Yeah, they certainly are. Would you say 2 of their last 4?
They've lost 2 of their. They've won 2 of their last. Sorry, they've won 2 of their last 5.
Yeah, I was going to say because I think they started off pretty good and then they've just lost their way a little bit lately.
DV got Nunawading. DV go to 12 and 4. Shana Ayres again 18 and 10. Big weekend. Kaylin Ibbotson had 14 and 12 for Nunawading. As you said, Nunawading lose a couple in close fashion. Dandenong bounced back against Ballarat. Felicity Hilford up again with 17 for Dandenong. Laura Taylor had 19 for Ballarat. Bendigo and Waverley, all about the Falcons.
Yeah, Deuce Locke, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals. You mentioned Grace Beasley, another great performance, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists, 6 steals, just 1 rebound shy of that triple-double. Danielle O'Toole, again good for Bendigo with 16 and 9.
Won their last 5, Steve-O. Waverley, they go to 7 and 8. They are basically equal 3. Equal third. Melbourne Tigers 7 and 8. Kilsyth 7 and 8. Waverley 7 and 8.
It's getting tight in that conference, isn't it?
It is. Let's go to Sandringham and Altona. Sandringham get it by 2. Good weekend for them. Rogauskas with 20. Melbourne get Warrandyte by 15. Clayman had 19 for Melbourne. Falancio 14 for Warrandyte. Warrandyte have lost their last 7. They're at 2 and 13.
Yeah, just struggling this season, to be honest with you. And
Bulleen went down to Hume. Great bounce back by Hume on Sunday. Paige Tuoff had 13 and 9. Maddie Phillips 20 and 9 for Bulleen. When you have a big loss like that on the Saturday, hats off if you can back it up on the Sunday and get a win.
We're down plenty as well, just before 3/4 time, I believe, and had a really big last quarter to fight back.
Let's go to Moulton VYC men. There's the results up on screen for you. It was a big weekend, and it was always going to be a big one for Hawthorn. They fell short on Saturday night against Bulleen by 6. Harry Fail was successful, wasn't he? 34 for Bulleen. And I reckon going down by 6 to Bulleen, you'd go, okay, competitive, not too bad.
Let's regroup.
Let's go home, get some Zs, and let's step out tomorrow and see if we can grab a win at Kilsyth. We're going to come to that game in a moment.
Sure.
But that's probably the mindset of Hawthorn on Saturday night. Blackburn got Diamond Valley by 17. Where the hell is Heathy had 22. McKinnon over Knox. Big game. McKinnon had a huge weekend, by the way. I saw the second half of this game, and Nick Laycock, who normally plays in the seniors, been doubling up a little bit lately. He was lights out.
Really?
8 triples, 30 points. I think he made the blue carpet. Absolutely lights out. He was just dribbling down and just jacking them up, and they were dropping one after the other.
Well, it's something you've touched on throughout the season. Once McKinnon can start hitting their shots, they can really take it up to these big-time teams. They've popped Knox and later on Dandenong.
Yeah, it was a huge weekend for McKinnon. Nunawading got Sandringham. Remo had 24 in that one. Dandenong started the weekend well, got Ringwood at Ringwood, which is a nice win.
Yeah, Tyler Robinson, 20 points, 5 rebounds. Ollie Hayes-Brown had a good weekend, started it off with 17 points and 15 boards.
So that's Saturday. We go to Sunday. Now, Hawthorn got the Zeds, competitive game Saturday night, headed out to Kilsyth. What on earth went wrong?
Well, they were wiped off the floor, weren't they? Maybe they didn't
Destroyed.
get the Zeds.
Destroyed.
116-62 in Kilsyth's favour. Dillerman's had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Adam, 19.7 rebounds, but there was also a host of other contributors as well.
Steve-O, I dropped out of school in year 9. Now, if I've got my maths right there, that's 54 points.
Good maths.
Now, Hawthorn, how's their season been?
Well, they were on
They've been up and about.
They were on top of their conference before the start of this week.
54 points. They're still on top, by the way, 10 and 5. What on earth happened?
Well, they didn't get their Zeds. Clearly.
Seriously?
They ran out of puck.
Is it about Kilsyth or is
the
it
first 2 minutes?
Is it about Kilsyth or about Hawthorn?
I think it's a bit of both, because we've mentioned last week that we thought Kilsyth were back.
Yes.
They've certainly shown us over the last fortnight that they're back in form, ready
Juiced
to
up a
play.
little bit. Evans
That's
and
right.
Hale come in.
Hawthorn may have somewhat been overachieving over the last month or so, just been brought back a peg, but they're still right there, don't worry.
What do you think the rest of the pack say about Hawthorn right now? Gettable.
Gettable, but one of the benchmark teams. They're in first for a reason.
Okay, all right. Well, they've got a week off to think about
Correct.
that. I don't know that you'd want to think too long about a 54-point drubbing, though. Keilor got Diamond Valley on Sunday by 15. BJ Simons 34 and 13 in that one. Cam Hutton was good with 25. Dylan Dunstan had 26 for Diamond Valley. McKinnon Sunday overtime at Dandenong.
That's right, 2-point winners after the extra period. Kobe Baird 28 points, Jordan Gear 25 and 8 rebounds for the Cougs. Mitch Berry had 19, 5 and 6. Ollie Hayes Brown, as I mentioned, 19 and 13 to round out his weekend.
And no Laycock in the Sunday game, so McKinnon are proving that they can get a few up and going. They're going to make a run at it from here, I think. Sherbrooke and Nunawading get it by 4. Ali Parker 14 for Sherbrooke. Michael Casson had 12 and 9 for Nunawading. Good tight game, an important one, because Sherbrooke, pretty good team.
Important one for the Spectres too, because I think in a tight conference, they're sitting towards the bottom end of the ladder, but there's every chance they string 3 or 4 together. They're in 5th, 4th position looking at finals.
Sandringham, Altona. Sandringham get it by 23. Sigonini 18 and 10. Good win there for the Sabes. And Melbourne get Eltham by 5 in a big, big matchup.
Yeah, needed that, the Tigers, didn't they? Mason Gaze, 20 points. Dan Kinkeller had 16 and 16.
So there it is, round 11. Everyone's got a week off. We haven't, though, on Big VTV. Back tomorrow night to wrap up the seniors. Wednesday and Thursday is going to be pretty special because the form line during the month of May was pretty damn good.
There were some big players and there were some teams that were going on some serious runs.
So Wednesday night, we've got the coaches and players of the month for all the youth divisions. Thursday, same again for all the senior divisions. And what are we doing Friday, given we've got no big games to look at?
We'll find out.
Day off? Or
No days
call in
off.
sick on Friday?
Well,
do it the right way?
that's
Craig
what-
Freeman can't do it the
That's
right
what
way.
we'll be doing. Craig might be
Be here
hosting
by
a show
himself.
by himself.
We'll have a 4-day weekend. I like it. Hey, have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow night at the desk, 5:30 p.m. on Big VTV. As always, we'll see you then.